Welcome back to MuscleTV. I'm here with Extreme Chef Peter Wright. Welcome to the show again.
G'day, Tony. And what are we going to talk about today, mate?
We're going to talk about one of the most underrated parts of your training program, and that's sleep.
Oh, I love my sleep.
Everybody loves sleep. Not a big fan myself. I wish I could do without it, but that's when you recover. What people don't realise, they tear their muscles up in the gym, they eat all this food, and they don't realise that you don't grow in the gym. If you're just starting out with weight training, you pump up your muscles in your gym, you think that's when you get bigger and stronger. It's not. That's where you tear your muscles down. The whole theory of bodybuilding is that you tear your muscles down in the gym, you fill it full of good nutrients, good proteins, amino acids, then you sleep, you get those nutrients into your muscles, and that's when you recover. And each time you recover, you grow a little bit bigger to adapt to the stress of training. Because training is stress on your body, and we adapt. And over the time, as you train harder and tear your muscles down, each time you adapt, you grow a little bit bigger, so your muscles are ready for your next workout. So it's very, very important to sleep. But sleep's no good if you don't have the right nutrients floating around in your body. So you've prepared some foods today to have right before bed to make sure that you're getting that nice trickling effect of nutrients into your muscles at night.
Yeah, so no worries, Tony. We're going to talk about the food in a sec, but why is it important to eat just before you go to bed?
Well, whether you sleep 6 hours or 8 hours, that's 6 or 8 hours without food at all. So if you go to bed on an empty stomach and you don't eat for, say, 3 hours before bed, that could be 11 or 12 hours without food, and then your body goes catabolic. That means it's eating its own muscles for an energy source, and you go backwards with your training. So all that hard training in the gym, if you don't have some nutrients in your bloodstream while you sleep, you don't go forward, you don't adapt, and you don't grow. So Pete, we've got two different kind of meal plans here. One for a hard gainer, or someone that can't put on weight, it's got a bit of a faster metabolism, that's on this side. On that side, we've got something for someone who wants to stay lean, to trim up a little bit, or someone with a bit of a slow metabolism that has to watch their calories, but still needs to recover when they sleep. Take us through the meal plans.
Well, that's right, Tony. So pretty basic. We've got an omelette, very easy to make. 5 egg whites and an egg yolk. Very, very simple. We've also got the tuna, your classic can of tuna in spring water, so no oil. So we're trying to get all the fats out of it. A little bit of lettuce, so a little bit of fibre. Now you could have other, other things. You could have poached chicken if you don't like tuna before bed. Some people say, I'm not eating tuna before bed, but again, high protein, very, very lean. We've got a yogurt mixed with nighttime protein, and my favourite, a hot chocolate, also made with the nighttime protein. We
don't want them to eat all of these foods, do we? It's a bit of an option. So you're going to have the omelette or the tuna, not both, because then it's going to be too many calories for that person trying to trim up.
Well, no, you're right. You want to have a choice.
But not the whole lot, because then you're just going to get fatter. And if you're trying to trim up, that's not the aim. So start off with the egg white omelette or the can of tuna with some greens, and then maybe a protein drink right before bed to help you to sleep. Now, we've made that up with Max's nighttime formula, and you can have that hot.
Yeah, like a nice hot chocolate. Yeah.
Tastes great. Beautiful. And that'll give you slow release protein that goes into your bloodstream all night long. And what we're trying to do with that is not just have one quick hit with protein like we do with whey protein isolate after we train. This is a combination of whey protein isolate and caseinate, some slower acting protein, so it's a bit of a drip feed. So therefore you've got protein straight away when you're getting to sleep, the middle of the night, right through till morning time. Yeah, you've mentioned you can make it up like a hot chocolate, but there's a new flavour, vanilla malt. So you have a nice malted hot drink before bed, yeah. And as you said, it's got to help you to sleep, having something nice and warm right before you sleep.
Yeah, and also, Tony, it's important that we don't eat too much before we go to bed. If you go to bed with a really full stomach, you're going to have an interrupted night's sleep, and you're not going to wake up in the morning feeling fit and ready to go.
Correct.
Okay, so the other option we have is, for those wanting to bulk up, we're adding a bit of carbohydrates into it. So we've got a steak and rice, or an omelette, same omelette as here, but we've added a little bit of feta cheese on the top.
Figure in a couple more egg yolks perhaps, just to thicken it up and a bit more taste.
And some high fibre grain bread as well. So a bit of cheese, a bit of fat in there. So we've got no fat, so now we're introducing some fats and of course
some carbohydrates.
Carbs with brown rice, high fibre breads. Again, the yogurts with the nighttime protein. And washing it down with a hot chocolate.
And we'll see that we've got a bigger serve of yogurt. So obviously over there we were very limited, we didn't have too much, we kept it really plain. This one, we're going for a bit more quantity. Now it's funny you said when you've got a big full tummy you can't sleep. You find people with faster metabolisms and the people that are harder gainers, they suck that food up so fast it doesn't sit in their stomach like someone with a slower metabolism. So even though we're contradicting what we said for the people trying to lean up, we're saying if you've got that fast metabolism, you're a hard gainer, you're probably going to suck that up fairly quick, but then you've got your nice hot protein drink to wash it down, and to help you calm you down and get you to sleep. Now, you know the Max's nighttime formula doesn't just have the proteins in it, but it has some calming herbs like chamomile and skullcap, which is high in tryptophan, and all these different things and herbs, they're formulated at Max's to help you to sleep. It actually gives you a better quality of sleep, helps you nod off a little bit faster, and as we keep saying in this segment, the importance of sleep is highly underrated. You need sleep to recover. So if you can use these herbs and proteins and selected foods to help you have a better night's sleep, it's going to do two things. One, it's going to help you have a good night's sleep. Number two, it's going to help you recover from your workouts. Your body adapts and grows that little bit each time.
And wake up ready to go.
Ready to go. So you've given us some alternatives, Pete, including something a little bit savoury, something a little bit sweet. Depending how you are, work out what's best for you. Most of all, just make sure you get the nighttime protein in and get your sleep.
Well, that's fantastic, Tony. A nice hot chocolate before bed.
You can't go wrong. Thanks for joining us again, Pete, and we'll see you all after the break.